City, as I mentioned yesterday, very prone to earthquakes, and of course you guys in the Philippines, you know all about earthquakes. We're all part of that Pacific Ring of Fire, and Wellington City is situated on some major fault lines. July and August of this year, they had two earthquakes, both in excess of magnitude 6. And it was widely felt, of course, but no damage was done, no loss of life, which is always good. But a lot of the old buildings here in Wellington City are currently undergoing earthquake strengthening work to bring them up to specification, to make them safer for everybody. Over to the right, there's that big wooden building that I pointed out yesterday, constructed out of timber, made to look like brick.
Wood daw.
I wonder if the Prime Minister's at work. We could pop in for a coffee. We've got a very popular Prime Minister, I guess depending on who you support, but Mr. John Key, very popular, enthusiastic man. He's a self-made millionaire, but he wanted to do something for his country, so he decided about 4 years ago to become our Prime Minister. Was re-elected.
Parliament building.
Group muna, dali! Group! Kasi nilinda ngayon na. Pwede ba ilagay? Pwede kayo umapak dito? Hindi. Ikaw, easy to, ano na lang. Ay!
Picture naman ko, tita.
Oo, kinuna. Nakakaon ba yan? Kita ya todos. Saka, malakong matter. Can you please? Halika, tayo mo. Gora bells. Sige, sige. Then use my camera. Betcha, isa pa rito. Dito ka, banda. Huwag ka dyan sa poste.
Hindi, kunyari yun ang partner niya.
Kaya naman ka sa akin dito. Parang ka one night only dyan. Okay, good.
Pinakamaganda si Cora!
Ay, papa. Ay, isa pa. One.
Yung kamay mo! Iba yung wait si Cora! Ako sila yung text sa lindahin. Oh, one more. Kasi wala ako eh. Yung kamay mo ha, dear. Ganyan lang po.
Already? 1, 2, 3. Bahala na kayo. We are active look.
Okay, sino ba?
Ayun na.
Ayun nyo?
Yeah, those canals collect the water that come off the mountain tops and funnel the water towards a couple of power stations, so they use the force of the water to generate electricity. Another reason they've done it as well, because up on the top of Mount Ruapehu there's like big lakes, obviously filled with lots of water, and should it ever have, there's a couple of little townships around the outside of the mountain, and of course if those lakes ever break the banks of the craters that are holding the water back, that's going to come rushing down the hill, so they want to be able to contain any water that comes out of those lakes if there's an eruption or any other significant event. snow on the top of Mount Ruapehu nearly all year round. You can't ski on it all year round. They've just had a marvellous ski season. But this time of the year, a lot of the snow melts. About 2,800 metres high. And the three mountains, Ruapehu, Narahoe, Tongariro, are the three highest peaks in the whole of the North Island. South Island, Mount Cook, is our highest mountain. Taupo, the township, is up at the top end of the lake. So we've just got to make our way around the edge of the lake. Lake Taupo is in fact one of 6 super volcanoes in the world. Had its origin about 26,000 years ago. Lake Taupo erupted in a massive eruption. And basically the amount of material that was thrown out of the eruption formed this volcanic plateau that we've been driving on for the last couple of hours. So it was a massive eruption. Lake Taupo is dormant, it's not...
Thailand si Ma. Mamujo sa second floor. Nangita mo ti piedra o. Kami ko sa kami.
Nakakabilang side.
Just bear with me a second, guys. I'm going to have a quick look.
Hello. Oo, naubos.
Magtapat tayo. Hello. Busog na. Ako busog na. Masarap talaga po.
Yung food namin, ubos na pala.
Masarap. Kaya nang ito na. Ikaw. Kaya na.
Wala akong bait mo na.
That runs all the way to Auckland.
Hinaharangan mo yung daliri mo kanina.
Madilim ka eh. Matatanda mo ito ha, Lake Taupo. Taupo.
Hi, hi, hi.
I'm Linda.
My name is Linda. I'm
This
from
is a
Manila.
one night
only.
one night girl only.
Hi, Susan. Say hi.
Hello,
I'm Susan.
I'm
Susan
Sunny.
tayo.
Sunny. Also known as Susan. Uy, mag-ano tayo, tete tayo. Nickname lang yun.
Ayaw mo?
Welcome. Welcome to Hookah Falls in Wellington.
Balikan ko, wala na tayo sa Wellington.
Ano? Rotorua.
Wala pa tayo sa Rotorua.
Eh ano?
Nasa Taupo pa tayo.
Ano ba to? Wala pa tayo sa Rotorua. Hookah Falls.
Taupo.
Sana kapunan ni Kalin Puki ko.
Galing.
That's a hot pool there on the left.
Para saan yun? Sa ano, electricity din.
Pero natural yan. Ginagamit na nila as source of electricity.
Kailangan Linda, you have to stay here for 1 month. Bago makita ng resort. Tatagaling pa lang.
Continues the cycle of steam generation. The steam itself travels through these pipes. They have these big hoops like this, not so we can drive through it, but that is part of it, but it also allows for expansion because the steam is under extreme pressure and it's actually travelling through those pipes. Here we go. But we didn't hang on to the farm long enough to realise the value of the timber.
Hindi na balapain.
Now, one of the things I've noticed since I've been driving, this is pretty familiar territory where we are now. I'm pretty familiar with all of this area. On the left-hand side, open pasture, grass. In time, they'll probably cut these trees down and do exactly the same. And just to back up that theory, coming up on the left-hand side, a big milking herd. These cows are normally milked twice a day, morning and night.
Medyo naman po ka. Dito, ang daming tao.
Dami tango.
Now this area in on the right-hand side, obviously the trees.
Grabe.
Video. Kailangan video.
Parang may soft photo. Kasi mahangin eh, kaya...
Ay, bakit mo?
Namatay sa mga laro.
Lulundag siya. May umano dito eh. Tumasik.
Kala mo dyan kali. Bagay yun ah.
ka rin? Oo. Kaya nagsakin kaya kay Stephen. Sabi niya, mga babaeng ito. Sama ng mga bunganga. Ang lamig ano?
Sarap bumabad doon. Ay, ang ganda
Yung ano mo,
ko,
iPad mo.
Betchay, ganda ko mo. Ah, the smell.
Is Kasi hindi ko man pinaruturiwa ka so. Andaya kami nangad kami, no?
Amoy daw yung mud.
Sana si Bechay?
Ay, lakad na pala eh. Ano ba? Mabaho. Yuck. Ay, ang baho na.
Puro mud nga lang.
Pero amoy mo, may amoy na. Amoy mo, may amoy.
Anong amoy lo?
Parang mabaho.
Yaki, pero ibolik ko na. Si Tawak yan lang. Alay.
Ay, grabe. Oh, grabe. Uy!
Ay, baka matalsikan tayo. Ay!
Baka mag-i-erupt na to. Hindi ka na.
Ano yan? Laba? Mat. Mama. Baho lo? Pansit. Baho.
Picture.
Picture eh. Ito walang mga pangalan. Walang mga pangalan.
Because of the high volume of 911 calls, please use the following directory. If you have symptoms, please hang up and call 612. Please press 1.
Dali ko nila peso.
Pag may ganyan, kumayang.
Peso?
Yeah, 37.50. Dali ko 3,000.
Ayun sila, nagka-park na isa-isa.
Yan na sila.
Paparade na sila.
Kwanto dali?
Ay, yan na, oh.
Barko.
Peso.
Peso.
Peso mo na.
Pero mo kung Carmen. Na peso.
Peso o dollar?
Peso daw lang dito dali.
Ang dali,
3,750. 3,750. Sa chinchida gola.
Sorry, banks? No, the banks, there's some banks that'll be open. Yeah.
Kia ora. Kia ora.
Kaya ora.
Kia tas ora.
Kaya ora pala. Ha? Kaya ora. Kaya ora.
Key. K-I, yeah. Kiora. Yeah.
Kaya ora.
Kaya yung alas 5:30.
Kaya ora.
Yeah, the spelling of Kiora, K-I-A-O-R-A. Kiora.
Kia ora.
O-R-A, di ba? Kasi parang ano sabi niya.
Oh, amazing.
Kaya ora. Ano sabi niya, kaya ora? Hello? Hello?
Hello or goodbye. Parang ciao. Diyan daw nahulog yung
Yeah,
boy.
and those big hot pools. Once again, you know, I've never seen those hot pools because I've always been in a van. They've also taken out some trees, but we're going to see lots and lots of hot pools today. entertaining. And as I said to someone yesterday, this time of the year, normally there's a few little lambs around to feed with bottles.
Yep, so I'll take this one. Your head is
Siguro tayo naman ka, no? Oo, hindi. Pwede ka mawakang taon ba?
有一个报道就说嘛，也是中国的嘛，台湾的一个，他也是买了一个农场，就打算去把那个羊，买了2个羊回来，准备杀掉一个小羊，还没有杀的时候，他把那个刀压着嘛，把那个刀这个拖过来压着。
Ay, ang ganda ng ulo. Ganda ng ulo. Tita.
Ladies and gentlemen, I really want to hear that. Let's do that again. The Lansing and Lawrence, she beat up the world. Take it like that.
Tinan mo.
Oh, you rub your hands in that just like silk. These are for ladies' garments and men's suits. Now, the pink nose, the white feet is a dying condition. She originated from Spain, now is right throughout the world. Here comes Mona, the New Zealand roll. Listen, New Zealand's #1 sheep breed. Originated from England! England! Yay! I'm excited too. Stephen! You know your job? You're not doing the job. Stephen, you're fired. Don't look at it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Stephen, don't get disappointed, buddy. You might have heard in Australia from the jumping kangaroos. Well, here in New Zealand, we've got something bigger. The jumping sheep. What do we use it for? Barbecue. Oh, just cute. Abraham Lincoln. Very I love that cool hairstyle. When does it remind you? Justin Bieber.
May bangs.
And Barrett's voice. Here comes Chess. Originated from the island of Texel and Holland. Released from New Zealand quarantine in 1990. Big front shoulders, big arms. That is a muscle all the way through. We use mesodermal size. Cross with another 20,000 of Doka. You cannot die cannibal. Very good for natural garments. Right here, everyone standing? Fully. You're not standing, are you? Come on. On behalf of the Eagle, I'm proud to say to you, our 19 different breeds. Thank you. Right, I'm moving on very quickly. Protects my dainty little legs from prickles that may be in the sheep's wool. Funny shoes. Sheep, relax. Now watch this. I will put my finger in the sheep's mouth. This sheep will not bite my finger off. You'd rather spit it out. Yeah. Has anyone got a tissue?
Tissue daw.
Oh, that's okay, it's okay. I'll just wipe my top of his head. Legs are hanging on, the hands are free. This is the hand bits. This is what we use to cut the wool from the sheep. On the side here, you've got a 13-tooth comb. It comes through the wool. On the other side, a 4-tooth cutter. It goes backwards and forward, and that cuts the wool. Boys, it's a little bit like shaving first thing in the morning. Sometimes you'll make a mistake. You cut yourself. But it heals up very quickly, just like the sheep. Now the sheep is a funny-looking animal. Many things sticking out. You got the ears, the nose, milk production, reproduction. Well, I've got to be careful. But do not worry, I am a professional. Done this one time before. Good lesson, you need it. Right here, shearing the sheep. We're going to shear the sheep using the Bowen technique. It's been around since the 1950s. Sheep, relax. Yes, and away we go.
Sumusunod lang.
Hindi ata pwede mamaya. Pang photo lang yung close. Parang poodle lang.
Oo, parang poodle lang.
Wow. Ang dami na agad. Grabe.
Hindi dami. Kasi kasi nila, mama.
Grabe. Ang dami. Ang galing yan na mag-cheer. Gawin ng coat.
Cold, naked, no clothes on. But don't you worry. The best thing I can do for the sheep is put them straight outside. The sheep will eat grass. That belly full of grass will generate heat from inside out. Within 24 hours, the skin will double in thickness. That's right, buddy. Double in thickness, no problem. Now, sheep. They love to fold up their legs like this and make it hard for sheep shearers. Let's get that handpiece underneath to get the wool. The sheep have got what you call pressure points. They've got one there and one there. You push that pressure point, up pops the leg, get underneath and get that wool. Here we go. Bing! Boom! Back leg, come! Boom! You want to take a bow? Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Come on again, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see that sheep in 6 months' time for his next haircut.
6 months time.
Thinking of a haircut?
6 months, bubukan na lang.
Twice a year pala.
What haircut? Pass it
Parang siya
around.
nagdikit-dikit.
Pass that wheel around.
像你这么搓搓搓的手，是瘦的。看一下可以，看一下可以。
Ito naman bigay.
Very good for your skin. They use it for cosmetics, facial creams. I myself use it every morning. I rub it on my face. I'm actually 70 years old.
那个是没剪的哦，那个剪出来的哦。
Pass it around. Pass it around. Pass it to the people behind you.
Pagka sinungay.
Pero yung shoot na ayaw niya. Lala niya.
Aussies, how much is worth?
Ay, nabiglang ko.
Biglang naging ka.
Ang ganda niya.
Hey, New Zealand's our number one exporter, and we've got 6.5 million dairy
Yun yung
cows.
gusto mo na, di ba?
Yung black and white ito ganda.
Bucket number one is for the milk. Bucket number two is for the over the summer.
Sige na! Experience! Sanay sila.
There we go. See that angle? Nice angle. See that angle? Let that angle flow. Let it flow. There you go. Hey, come on again, ladies and gentlemen.
Gusto ko na nila niya.
Tagal ko sa.
Dito. May black pa.
Ang ganda na. Ayun na yung nasa ganda. Sunod sila.
Talaga naman natitrain na sila.
Come on again, ladies and gentlemen.
Amo-amo.
Strong eye-heading dog. This dog does not bark at the sheep. This dog uses its eye of determination. Now I have got 3 sheep behind that door. 3 sheep that will come
Sila yung
out
mga
on
nag-aakit
stage.
dito.
This
Sila yung mga
dog will go
nag-guide sa
around.
sheep.
We've got 3
Oo,
sheep
di ba nga
that
si
sit
ano?
on stage, and sometimes the sheep jumps on. Please stay seated, okay? For safety reasons. Safety reasons only when the sheep comes out on stage. Kindly lift your hands up like this. Breathe. Lean. 1, 2, 3, and woo! Okay? Come on, Spot. Here we go, Spot. Good. Come on, Spot. Count of 3. Hold on. Hands up. Take your hands up. All right, here we go. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3, and why get the sheep on stage? What's this dog thinking?
Sorry.
Dinner? I want to eat it. Kentucky Fried Duck. Go right. Steady.
Inaano niya eh, ginaguide niya. Tinan mo. Ginugroup niya together. Grabe yung aso. Ang galing.
Now 5 minutes after the show, I'll give you a real demonstration with real sheep just past the car park. Oh, Vicky Duck. Short hair border collies, strong eyed dogs.
Siya nag-guide dito.
Kaya
Siya talaga rin papaan kung saan dapat pumunta.
Count off. Sit. Stand. Good boy. New Zealand hunter way developed over 150 years ago by crossing the border collie over barking breeds, Labrador, Shepherd, Bloodhound. Whose voice commands, whistle commands. Here we go. Don't eat that at the same time. Check this out. Go left. There he goes. The hunter way, gathering up their sheep. Now they love barking and they love working. The steep hills of New Zealand. Come on, guys. Up. Come on. Wakey, wakey. Come on, boys. 3, 2, 1. Guys, now stand. Up. Come on, team. Ready to go. We're ready to go. Come on. Marty, good boy. That's what you get paid for. Eating. Yes, that's it. Okay. Wait. Counting on you. Stand. Watching. That's it, boy. Stand there. Here we go. Ozzy, go. Here comes my new dog. Come on, man. There you go, good. This dog is dynamite.
Alin ba dyan?
Pindutin lang yung center.
Hala.
Sakit pa rin.
Oo naman.
Guys, just if these people around, just know these people.
Mama, ako pa picture.
Kaming dalawa ni Bami.
Thank you. Cute. Ano?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna ask my dad about that.
Hello.
She can watch me. Yeah, could have been on TV.
Stop looking younger every time you come in.
Oh. Bili ka ng ano, mama, shawl. Na shawl. Ganda yun.
Parang rugs.
Wool ang maganda para ma-feel mo talaga yung...
So do keep your eye out for some trout down here. We're going to see hundreds of them on our way here. Now they become available for padding to the public at the age of 5 to 8 weeks. We don't have any in there at the moment, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so you'd go in there with the lions and they'll jump all over you and you pretty much become a lion toy for the day.
Ay, bakit?
So we're just going to head on through to here. Yeah, you can push through that door.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Ayun, yung ko sa ano?
Dalawa sila, no? O isa
Ba ito yun?
Ayun na, sa loob. Ayun na,
sa loob.
brown sila. Naka...
So we can take you down there if you guys can see my boys for you.
Here, couple.
Yeah.
Ano yan?
Saan siya? Ito.
All right, everybody. Put it up here.
Kiwi.
So this is our native kea. These birds are endemic to New Zealand. They're only found in the South Island of our country, causing a whole lot of mischief. Now these guys are way cooler than the kiwi. In the late 1800s, early 1900s, there was a bounty put on these birds' heads as farmers believed that they were killing their sheep. So the kea would fly onto the back of sheep, pull out the wool and start eating the meat. The sheep would then get affected and slowly start to die off. Now the bounty lasted for about 110 years when it was lifted by the government, whereas with our kiwi there's about 100,000 plus. And that's all thanks to our breeding facilities we have here throughout New Zealand. So if this boy wants to come here, come on. Good boy. Can you give me a turn? Show you a little bit of what he can do. Okay. Give everyone a wave. Good boy. Can Louis turn? Yeah, can you turn? Good boy. Keep turning. Keep turning. Do you want to come up here? He knows that I don't have treats for him.
Is that nuts?
No, this is just a little bit of apple, but he has his little cubes of cheese that we train them with. He's not a dumb bird. He knows I don't have any, so he's not going to listen. Hey boy, come here. Can Louis jump?
Jump, jump, jump.
He's giving us a really half-hearted show. I'm sorry, do I not have treats for you?
You're not feeding him.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
You have to feed him.
Alright, so these are meant to be one of the most smartest birds in the world, although they cannot talk. So with them being so intelligent, our ladies back at the shop spend hours after the park closes teaching them tricks, just to keep them occupied. When they get bored, they tend to pull out their feathers or each other's.
Oh.
Now they are the only alpine parrot in the world, which means they're the only bird that...
Kia. Today, ano siya? 1,000 na lang.
Push it up. There we go, so head to the next door as well. Very fast here in New Zealand because of our thermal activity we have underneath the ground. Now this tree is fire retardant, so if a fire was to break out in our park, this tree would still stand and the birds would still have somewhere to live. Now it is not ideal for building as the wood is very soft and so is the bark. You can feel the bark on it, it's not your normal bark you find on a tree.
Call that California. California redwood.
Yeah. Quite unique, so if you feel this here, feel how soft the bark is compared to your normal.
Matanda pa ako.
Tanda pa tayo din. Oo ha. Tanda pa tayo ng isang taon.
Come on. Ruby, wake up. Good girl, come on. Ruby.
Ruby!
Ruby. Ruby, come on. Hi, baby.
I was black pig to.
Alright, so these are our Captain Cook and pigs. Introduce some Captain Cook himself. Yep, so before these pigs were introduced to New Zealand, the only breed of mammal we had were bats. These guys...
Never
now call it Prince of Wales Street. As the indicator, of course, it will reach a certain height before the Bahutu will start to rise. It's only starting again to sit back at their bottom. I will have to take you back to keep your driver happy. Unfortunately, what you see is what you will be say in full eruption, the Bahutu guys can reach 30 meters. It's similar to, okay, the activity is similar to that of boiling a jug. Wait for the water to heat up, and of course, have your explosion. So yes, for the family that need to go, there's my grey line. That's just my grey line bridge.
Wow.
Hi, Maki. Si Carlo umiinom tubig. Ka na?
Ayan, no? People. Bowling pins pala tawag din.
Dapat ka.
Ano, oh.
Sinabi nga niya kung gusto daw maglakad ako.
Ano nga ito?
Museum.
Isa pa.
As we pull into the movie set, or the Shire's Rest, as they call it, the reception area at Hobbiton, I'll point out the bathrooms, let you guys out of the bus, then I'll just put the bus in the car park, and then Nixon was flying around this part of the Waikato province with some of his creative people in a helicopter. And so the story goes, they were looking for a piece of farmland where there was no power wires, no barns obstructing the landscape, and they saw this property. Also, one of the stories the guides tell is, it may change, but the last time I had a story told, Sir Peter landed his helicopter at the farm owned by these three brothers, but they were busy watching the All Blacks play rugby, so they said to him, come back tomorrow. So that's a wee bit about how it all happened. Nowadays, it's obviously very lucrative for the farm owners. It's a very, very popular place, and it's a very polished product. I'm picking you will enjoy yourselves. Steak, and I had 56.10, so my wife My wife has given me an assurance that she's collected my winnings. She's probably spent it by now. She's a good girl. Yeah. Now, just along where these three people are standing, just along to the left there is where the bathrooms are. So I'll let you guys out here, grab what you need.
Patulan ko pa rin, Lo. Nakunan mo rin ako doon sa
Baka meron sa Auckland.
Sa Desire. Naman, mama. Wala naman na. Mahirap na.
Baka meron doon, tita.
Sabihin ko lang ito naman.
Kung ano ka niya.
Hindi na ako mag-design.
Magkakaganda sa diferensya.
Babalik pa naman tayo dito, tita. Kaya nga, pwede niya pang isipin.
We'll come back na. Ay, John. Kasi magbasa tayo. Siguro nung pag gusto mo.
4,000, bibiling ko yan.
Ha?
Bibiling ko talaga yan.
So we've got our bus, we're going to get it.
My name is Sarah and I'll be guiding you around the set today and after our tour we'll be heading to the pub and that's where you guys will be having your lunch.
Inaano niya yung ship.
Bait-bait niya. Binabantayan niya tayo.
Siya talaga yung nag-guide eh.
Ang galing-galing niya. Yung hall doon.
Alrighty guys, so we've just come through that fence there and we've officially started our tour. The owner of this farm is called the Alexanders and they are the only sheep farmers in the region. So if you guys see a little white dot way into the distance, that is a sheep and that does belong to this farm. And since we have just had lambing, we've got up to about 13,000 sheep on the farm at the moment. But you'll also notice a great big black dot here and there. And those are the cattle that we've got. They're Aberdeen Angus cattle. And we've got about 600 to 700 of those on the farm as well. And they are at dry stock farms. That means that they aren't produced for their milk. Rather, grace period before they would bring in any more. Those are our sheep. I like to call her Barbara. But when they were sort of destroying the set, they were left with about 17 white plywood front hobbit holes. And tourists from all over the world were inundated to the Alexander's family wanting to